trans fans, if that's still a word. Retro Prime here. I want to talk about something that I think maybe a few of you might be interested in, but are too afraid to sort of look into, maybe. What it is we were at Tfnation 2 weeks ago, and I was looking for a Masterpiece Prowl, which they didn't have. I didn't see one anywhere. The Masterpiece selection was a bit ID Toys had quite a few, but they were charging through the nose. So yeah, I wanted a Masterpiece Prowl, and I couldn't find one. But one of the stalls had knockoffs. Now you've all seen these knockoffs on eBay. There's loads of them. You'll type in Masterpiece blah blah blah, and straight away, bing, loads and loads listed, all 20 quid each, and you're like, oh, 20 quid, what's going on here? Then you discover that it's coming from Taiwan or China or something like that. Now I'd read a few reviews on them, and some people had said, look, I've got this, it's amazing, you can hardly tell the difference, it was worth the money. Other people have said I got a bag of rice instead of my toy. So I've always been too scared to take the plunge, because apart from the fact you have to wait for about a month for it to come, you never know what you're going to get. I didn't know what the quality was going to be like, I didn't know if it was going to be worth the money, I didn't even know if it was worth even looking at, because it could have just been a Kinder Egg fucking plastic mess. But this stall, I can't remember what stall it was it Make Toys? One of them had half a dozen knockoffs, and I thought, do you know what? They were 20 quid each. I thought I'm going to take a punt, just as an experiment almost. See what they're like and see what these are about, and if they're anywhere close to the quality of the actual toy. So here it is. It's Masterpiece Prowl. And do you know what? I took it out of the box. First impressions were, whoa. Second impressions were, Final impressions were, Because do you know what, right? Took him out of the box. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to see. He is pretty much spot on. Design-wise and quality-wise, there's not much of a difference from the real thing. And when I say the real thing, I've got Masterpiece Blue Streak. And it's essentially the same thing, just different colours. So that's what I've been comparing it to. Paint apps, fine. I mean, if you look at these, the on the door and stuff, all good in the hood. The face, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but it's pretty much spot on. The only paint issues I've seen is like along the front where he's, well, no, that'll be the back actually, where his windscreen wipers are. There's a bit of paint sort of splodging there. There is a couple of other painting issues, like his lights and stuff. The white on that's a bit sort of like off and stuff. But do you know what? At first glances, you're not going to know, and certainly, if someone had handed me this at TFN and went, I've just bought a Masterpiece Prowl, I'd have been like, cool, looks good to me. His only joint issue is one of his legs is a bit, and I'm talking a bit loose, but not enough to affect him standing up or transforming. The one issue is he won't hold his gun properly. I don't know if it's the peg or the hand, but you seem to really have to force it into the hole. Oh, and for the first time ever, he holds it properly. Yay! Well, there you go. That's not an issue then anymore. Yeah, so transformation works fine. Everything seems to be good. His body doesn't clip into there, but that's the same on Masterpiece Blue Streak. Size-wise, is the exact same. Do you know what? You just couldn't tell the difference, to be honest. And am I happy I picked him up? Yes. Does he look good in the collection? Yes. Does it bother me as a knockoff? Yes. But do you know what? I would have paid the money for the official version. They never had him, so if your next port of call is a knockoff, fair enough. So yeah, there's a side by side. You can't tell. You really can't tell. They look so much awesome. The face, I'll try. I don't know if you can see it. The face on the knockoff is slightly less defined than his official counterpart. Other than that, though, yeah, pretty cool. The lights, the tail lights, are a bit brighter on the official, and I've just noticed that the paint is kind of smudging on this bit. Oh, my watch is going off. It's a message from your mum. But like I said, you wouldn't notice. So, do I recommend buying a knockoff? No, I don't. Just put Blue Streak down there. He's good quality, but his durability may not be the same. I get the impression that if you on the shelf, fine. if you're going to play with him and transform him and pose him and take photos, I think his wear and tear would be rather fast. I don't think he'd last anywhere near as long as a Masterpiece figure would, an official Masterpiece figure. Also, I look at my Masterpiece shelf. I'm proud of the fact that I've got them and that I've bought them and that I'm collecting them. And even though he looks the part, he still just knows not, and it kind of bugs me. No, I mean 20 quid. I got 20 quid's worth. So I got a Prowl who looks awesome and looks good on the shelf, and that foot actually could be a bit tighter, but I think that's because I've just twisted it. But yeah. So would I recommend it? No. Would I buy another one? Yes, if it was, because it's 20 quid. It's like, which is still a lot of money to some people, me included. But for a look at a toy that you might want to, like, so say I've got Blue Streak, I wanted Prowl, spend whatever it would be, 60, 70 quid on him, and then I'm like, ugh, do you know what? He wasn't worth the money because I've already got the mould. So that kind of, I mean, I'd definitely spend that money on an official one. But it's almost like having a wee preview, I suppose, a preview of the real thing. But like I said, to the untrained eye, you wouldn't know the difference. You'd have a hard time noticing, even if you were quite up on these things. But you know what? I enjoyed buying him, and I've enjoyed playing with him. Yeah, he was good. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, because I know a lot of us have seen them on eBay and stuff and been like, oh, is it worth the punt? Because let's face it, Masterpieces do cost a lot of money. We could all do it to save a bit of money, because the more you save, the more you can spend on other toys. But I wouldn't recommend going for a knockoff over an official. Although, if you're going to go for a knockoff, I would say you'll be pleasantly surprised with what you might get. I just want to say one more thing, because this came up at TFN quite a lot. Knockoff, third party, replica of something that already exists, completely unique idea, well, apart from character, but unique design, and not a rip-off of anything that already exists. Get it right, people.